Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the SOULKATION podcast. I'm your host, Logan Renee. This show is all about how do you create consistent freedom, purpose, peace, and self-love in your daily life. So today we're going to talk about signs that you're settling. Signs that you are settling. Number one, out of the gate, I guess I should explain what settling means. Okay. So Webster definition is to resolve or to reach an agreement. To resolve or to reach an agreement. My definition is that we get to a place of, okay, this is just okay. It's fine. It's okay. You know, it's not what you really want, but it's all you have to work with right now. So you're like, okay, well, it's just okay. Or it also means that you have lost faith and hope in something that you thought one day would be possible. It means you've lost faith or hope in something that you thought one day would be possible. So a lot of times, the first thing we end up settling with is our attraction. Okay. I don't know about you all, but I've been told as a woman to be with somebody that likes you or loves you way more. And so we find ourselves being in a place where we're with somebody just because they're into us. Don't like the person, don't like nothing about the man. Really can't even describe to you what he like, because you're halfway listening. But and married women have told me this, I don't know how many times, you make sure you marry somebody that likes you way more than you like them. And so I was like, that's cool. But back in my head, I'm thinking like, so I'm not supposed to be attracted to him at all? And I'm like, your husband not poop. So why you want me to be with somebody that's not even cute? And if you're okay with your man limping and him missing teeth, then cool. If you're not, then you're settling. If you got to hide him from your family members and your friends, it's a problem. At that point, it should be like, maybe I'm settling. I remember when my brother asked me, he was like, who are you dating? I was like, I'm talking to a dude. He was like, let me see him or whatever. So I sent him a picture of him. My brother straight up asked me, are you okay? Because at this point in my life, I was like, okay, I'm supposed to be married by now. I'm supposed to be at least kind of pretending to have a child, because Lord knows I don't know yet. And my brother was shocked. He was like, yo, this is not even you. I even sent a picture to my sister, and my sister is the sweetest person in America, y'all. She ain't gonna talk about nobody. She's not gonna dog nobody out, no matter how bad a situation is. She's always gonna find the silver lining and everything, child. And my sister was like, oh, like that's it. She said, oh, when she saw the picture. I said, okay. So, okay, I'm settling. Like, clearly, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing, and of course, it's not all about looks, but you want to be attracted to the person you're going to be with. I was talking to one of my best friends one day. Her name is Kayla. And she said, if you take a chance with the man that you don't even like, what you're really doing is not believing or having any faith what God can do for you. If you take a chance with a man you don't even like, you clearly don't have no more faith in what God can do for you. So number one, a lot of us settle in our attraction with people just because a lot of people say, hey girl, at least he like you. You ashy and he still like you, but at the end of the day, it's not what you want and you're not truly content with it. Number two, we settle in our level of self-respect. We settle in our level of self-respect. There are women who have sold their bodies to get one date night a week. He taking you out on Monday, Keisha out on Tuesday, Eric out on Wednesday, Julie on Thursday. So we sell our bodies for one date night. It's not fair, sis. There are women who've sold their time just to be able to post pictures on Instagram, post picture of his feet and not his face. If you're over 30, stop doing it. Why? What's the point? And it's crazy because I don't know if y'all know this, but people actually pay people to be their Instagram boyfriend. That's a real thing. There are companies to hire a man to take home for holidays. And this is what this says to me, because if you like that, that's cool. But this is what it says to me as a culture, as a generation, and what, like, the stigma of what we care about now. To me, we're now trading peace for pictures. We're chasing other people's approval, or other people's like, or other people saying, oh, she got a man and he cute and they cute together, for our peace. That's what we're really trading. You know what I'm saying? We're lying just for the approval of other people. So consider this. Consider not selling your soul just for a how you doing text message. Think about it. You're truly trading your standards, your moral, your self-esteem, your self-respect for a how you doing text message. And you might get twice. You might get them 2 times a week. You might. And then you had to tell him that you like to be texted in the morning. Come on, sis. Come on. Question is if that's all he has to offer you, is it worth it? Is it worth your self-respect? Is it worth your self-esteem? I'm sorry that these people cutting this grass in this background. I don't even know if y'all can hear it, but I'm just happy the people outside cutting the grass, child. Number 3, we start to get lenient with the wrong things. When we start to settle, we start to get real lenient with the wrong things. Paying for his bills and taking care of him. I was shocked to hear about, I was really shocked to hear about the amount of women that are taking care of men. It's shocking to me. Shocking. I grew up with men, my uncles, and my aunties all work now. They all get a coin, a good coin, okay? But my uncles always were in a place where you're not about to take care of me. You know, even if you're making more than me, you're not about to take care of me. And what I hear from real men, Tony Gaskins calls men who don't want to take care of themselves grown boys. Like, real men don't even want you taking care of them, you know? Y'all, what is this man name on YouTube? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna remember him as soon as I start recording this. Anyway, he says all the time in his videos, you don't want a man, you want a son. Because a man will take care of himself. Your son, you have to provide for. You have to make sure he's up and going to work, and, you know, make sure he's paying the light bill and calling him 15 times to make sure he took out the trash. He was like, you don't want no man. You want a son. As long as you have somebody in the house, you'll do everything for him. And that's not a man. That's a grown boy. And there's no way that he respects you. In that type of situation, in that type of environment, there's no way he can respect you, because he doesn't respect himself. Now, things happen, life happens, and you might have to pick up the slack or do more because life happens. And I feel like life happens in those type of situations where you sacrifice a little bit more for a spouse. You know, I've never known it to be wise to go over and beyond, sacrifice, break your back just for a boyfriend, you know. But consider this question. Am I being used? When a man take your car that you paying the bills for and the insurance on, he not putting down nothing. He halfway putting gas in the tank. He joyriding around the city, maybe picking up other girls, taking them on dates with your money. Y'all, I done heard it all. This is foolishness. Ask yourself, am I being used? And why have I settled with the thought that, well, at least he coming home? Because that's what you're saying without saying it. Well, at least he coming back to me. Ma'am, he just took your car on a joyride to go see Keisha. That's when you know you have settled. But it comes to a point where you have to ask yourself, I have to respect myself at the level of what I deserve, not what I want right now. I have to respect myself at the level of what I truly deserve, not what I want right now. Maybe what you want is somebody, you know, just a companion, somebody to go to movies with, somebody to kick it with. But is it what you deserve? That's the question. Number 4, we slowly start muting the real us. When you start muting your perspective, how you feel, how you think, how you want to wear your hair, you know, activities that you really want to do, When your heart is become silent, you know you are in a place of settling. When you start muting parts of yourself, pieces of yourself, just to appease, you are settling in a relationship. You might be settling in a friendship. When you can't speak up and say, hey, that hurt my feelings too, or, I don't like when we have to do it this way also, then you're settling even in your friendships. Or you allow somebody at work to keep over talking you in a meeting. Child, listen. Be like, Barbara, chill out. Chill out. Okay. You can settle in different areas of your life, but when you start muting parts of yourself, be able to step back and say, hey, I'm not cool with this at all. That's when you know that you've settled. And in relationships, let's be honest. Either you're going to grow and you're going to adapt in relationships. You know how you seen your ex-boyfriend, he was flooding when he was with you, or, his shoes were leaning and rocking. And then now he wearing fitted suits that's, contoured to the body. He looks like he goes to the gym now. In relationships, a lot of times we grow and we get better. I'm saying there's a difference between being controlled and manipulated and becoming better. There's a difference, and you have to use discernment in that way, because some people say, well, girl, why don't you get your nails, painted blue anymore? Maybe you just don't like blue anymore. But if it's something that he's saying, like, I don't like blue, so you don't need to like blue, that's when you're being controlled and you're not being pushed to be better. It's a difference. Number 5, a lot of us get settled with our faith. I know I've struggled with this, child. When your thoughts become, well, this is as good as it gets. Basically, what you've done is you put a cap and a ceiling on what God can do. Like my best friend said earlier, you basically just put a cap there or a ceiling, and we quickly forget everything he's already done for us. How did you make it out of the hood? How did you make it through your nursing program? How did you make it through law school? I hope you don't think it was you and your little studying skills, okay? That stuff was hard. There was something called grace there that held you up, and we forget, like, he created the mountains and the trees and beaches, stuff that we just go overseas or just go to really nice areas in our country and we look at, we're amazed. He made all this stuff, and the stuff that he didn't physically create, he gave us gifts, he gave us purpose, he gave us talent so we could create it. He put a tree there so we can make a table, or, a real cute chair, so if he didn't physically create it, he gave his children gifts so that we could go and create it. But when it comes to our love life or relationships or friendships or business partnerships, we like, oh, he don't know what he doing, but he did all this other stuff. I don't understand why. Here's my point. The reason why we settle with people is because we doubt God. That's what it really, really boils down to. The reason why we take being abused, being talked to any kind of way, being used, manipulated, controlled, especially as women, is because we doubt God. And we just circled it on back to the whole little truth, honey. It's because we doubt what your boy can do. We put a cap on him. But then we put all these high expectations on a man that we were never supposed to be with, as if he's going to fulfill us in a deeper way. Ain't gonna work, sis. Here's our recap. Oh, Rick Warren. Got this part. Child, I threw my phone across the gymnasium when this man said this, okay? I was at the gym, y'all. I was doing, I think leg presses at the time. I literally threw my phone. This is what Rick Warren said. God always gives his best to those who leaves the choice to him. God always gives his best to those who leaves the choice to him. Take it from me. If you choose somebody, you're going to choose wrong. If it's you orchestrating the deal, if it's you picking the person, this is the person this person has to be the person for me. You're going to choose wrong. If you force a relationship, it's not going to last. It's not going to last. If you have to manipulate and control to get your way, it won't work. And if you deceive or trick your way into somebody's heart, you won't stay there long. You won't. Because the same way you get this relationship, you get this person, or you manipulate him, or you use your body, it's the same way you got to keep them. You got to keep the lingerie on, sis. And sometimes you just want to be in a onesie. And a onesie may not be that sexy, especially if you don't be washing it and it got a little stain on it. It's not cute. The same way you get this young man is the same way you're going to have to keep him, child. And sometimes you just going to be a little tired. And sometimes you're going to feel like brushing your hair. And sometimes you're going to have to put on a bonnet, okay? And not have your hair down and flips and tips. And sometimes you just want to rock a bonnet and go to sleep, okay? If you have to manipulate and control to get your way, it's not going to work. Let's do a small recap. A lot of times we find ourselves settling in our attraction. As long as we get what we want, as long as we have somebody around, we'll bend, we'll shake, we'll move. This is what I've learned about men. They don't, and they have a bigger selection, so that's not fair to say. But at the same time, you think this man about to be dating somebody stupid dusty and taking him to meet his mom? Never. Men don't do that. And the definition of settling is a lot of us will lose hope and lose faith in something that we once thought was really possible. We also settle in our level of self-respect. We just start settling for anything because we like, well, this is all he have to offer, so I don't want to be alone, so this is what I'm going to take. And it's truly, truly not worth it. We start settling in or being lenient with things we would have never taken before. Letting folks use our car, paying their bills, paying their cell phone. Well, how he going to call me? Child, he'll figure it out. One thing I know about a man is what he wants, he shall get. Okay. Number 4, I talked about how we mute the real us. Anytime we mute pieces of ourselves, you'll lose pieces of yourself. If you mute pieces of yourself, you're going to lose pieces of yourself, and you're going to have to find time to restore that. We also get very settled in our faith, and we put a cap on what God can do and what he can bring into our lives, which that's why we end up settling with people and settling with things. It's because we really doubt God. A resource for this week is R.C. Blake's Everything. His books, his YouTube video. I think he's still on Periscope. Child, it don't matter what video you click on, anything you listen to, that's my dude. R.C. Blake's. He's absolutely amazing. For the father figure that a lot of women wanted in their lives, I feel like he is. Highly recommend my boy, R.C. Blake's, my bad. Again, thanks so much for tuning in to the SOULKATION podcast. I really appreciate the love, the feedback. If you have any questions, if you have any topic that you want me to cover, if there's somebody you want me to interview, just email me at logan@loganrenee.com, and that's logan@loganrenee.com, and I'll see if I can get them on the show, or I'll find a way to talk about that particular topic. Again, thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you rate this episode 5 stars and you leave a review. And then also share this episode with your friends, especially if you're watching on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, SOULKATION TV, and leave a comment. I would love to read it. And I'll see you all on the next episode of the SOULKATION podcast. Have a good one.